As you can see, this is my reef setup, and what I'm going to do today is show you my RO DI water filtration system that I have, all the equipment that I use to process the water for this setup. So, as you can see, I backed it up against the wall here, and on the other side of the wall is my laundry room. So, what I did, as you can see, was I actually have everything tucked back in underneath of my steps where my hot water heater is. This way I utilize all the space, and I don't have this stuff all over the place. It's kind of nice and neatly tucked back in there, which I will be showing you here very shortly. Let me get in there and I'll go through exactly what I have and how I have it set up. I also have my ballast back here. That's for my metal halide, and I actually tucked it back here too, just because it was kind of an eyesore sitting out there next to the tank, so it was kind of nice that I could do that too. Okay, so let me start here. This is just a shut-off valve that I installed. I actually came off of my domestic water supply and piped everything in. This way, if I have any problems, leaks or anything, or if I just need to shut the water off so I can change the filter, all I gotta do is shut that valve off. Then I go to my pressure gauge, which I've definitely noticed the pressure gauge fluctuates. One day it will be a lot higher than it is on another day. Then I come out of there and I go into a sediment filter. This is just a basic 5 micron sediment filter, and basically all it does is protect my booster pump. It's there just to make sure that in case there's anything in my water supply, of course it will not get to the pump. So that's why I installed that. And then after my booster pump, I go into a 1 micron sediment filter, and then after I come out of the second micron filter, I go into a dual carbon, which after I go from the dual carbon, I come out and I actually go into my first membrane. And then after my first membrane, I come out on that red line and go into the second one, which what that does is actually eliminates a lot of the wastewater that I would be producing. So that's also why I have the booster pump on, because I have the dual membrane set up. So it's kind of nice there. And then after I come out of there, I tee off of both of them, and then of course into my auto shutoff valve, out of there to my auto shutoff for my pump. It's a 40 psi shutoff, so once it reaches 40 psi it will shut off my booster pump. And then as I'm leaving there, I go to my dual DI filter, which is color changing DI resin, so it's nice to know, makes it really easy, so you know when it is time to change them. So what you do is you just take this one, once this one turns all gold like that all the way up, and you put it in front of this one, so that way it will totally exhaust that one when it's in the second position before you have to change it, and then you just switch them back. It's kind of nice there. Now I got this from the filterguys.biz. Actually, a lot of this stuff came from them. Jim there, he helped me out a lot when I was getting ready to start this project, and gave me a lot of pointers and told me how to get everything hooked up. So props for them. Definitely give them a call if you need any filter needs. And then here is my TDS meter. Turn it on there. See, coming into my DI, is at 33 parts per million. And then going out, of course, is at 0. So that's a good indication. That's what you want to see, to let you know that your water is totally ready to go. Then I come out of there and into my Brute food grade container where I have a float. So I shut the water supply off so it doesn't overflow and, you know, make a big mess, and I have a pump in there. So that way keeps the water moving. Right now I am filling it up so I can do a water change. Well, as you probably saw while we were going through all the filters, that my auto top off is actually located back here too. What I did was I didn't want to actually put it in the sump, and I didn't, you know, want to have all that clutter out there, so this was a good way to eliminate all that. So I actually mounted it back here, and I have a float located in the sump, and then I have a float located also in my bucket down here. And all it does is as the water evaporates in my sump, that auto top off controller will turn on this pump, and it will pump the water. I have this bucket full of all fresh RODI water, and it will fill the sump back up. So it's also a nice little bonus to have this back here. That way it keeps it from being underneath of the tank, and it's out of the way. Alright, so this is my tank. This is the stand. I custom built this stand and reinforced it to make sure that it could hold all the weight. And of course I put a little locking screw style doorknob on there so the little hands don't get in there. And here's my overflow. That goes into a filter sock. This is a homemade sump also. There is my protein skimmer. There is the float controller for my auto top off, and that's where I have the water line coming in, going to my auto top off right there. So as you can see, there's my timer. Everything's surge protected, and this is the end point. So I hope you enjoyed taking a look at all the equipment that I use to process my water.